Hey everybody, good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. Uh, nice day. I had a nice chill day today here at the homestead. So we're going to be talking about uh, is it time to start prepping like time is running out? So that's going to be the topic of today's video. So we're going to get into that very, very shortly. And so before we get started, obviously when I start all these shows, I like to kind of go over the ground rules for everybody. I just ask everybody to please be decent to each other. Please be kind. No racism is allowed. I'm not going to tolerate it. And so if you do anything nasty or say things nasty, you will be uh, blocked and kicked out. So we're not going to allow that. I had somebody uh, made a comment on my last live stream that I had done and said that I took the Lord's name in vain at the 256 mark, which I don't remember doing that. So if I did, wasn't intentional. I don't know even know what I said. I didn't go back to look, but I don't think I said GD. I don't believe I said that, but who knows? Whatever. But family friendly guys. So let's try to keep it that way, okay? And so anyway, obviously welcome everybody. Like I said, please again, just be decent, family oriented channel. So you know, just a couple things I wanted to go over real quick. Obviously, as everybody knows, before we jump into the topic, before we get into the topic, obviously now everybody knows I got chickens. Okay, so when I had got the feed, I knew what chickens I was getting. So when I had people were like, "Well, if you're going to get chicken or babies, you got to get this and that," I was kind of like laughing because I went and collected the chickens last night, and it was absolutely pretty cool. And it was funny. The big boy there, I saved him for the last group that I got, and I was using a cat carrier to transport the chickens. So I grabbed him and stuck him under my arm and brought him over and put him in the cage, and he gave me no problems at all. So far, I haven't had any issues with the chickens. They're adjusting really, really well. So real happy to be able to get free chickens that are already grown, except for the babies there that are pretty good size already. They should be laying on a regular basis soon, but normally I guess they were getting an average of 4 eggs a day. So when the other 5 hens start laying, we will be up to our necks in eggs. So, but it's really happy about it. Really exciting. Especially, like I said, to be able to get the chickens for free, which is a great way to get them and have them grown. And yeah, the roosters are getting along. Somebody's asking, are the roosters getting along? There's been no issues so far at all. If there are issues, right now I plan on keeping all the chickens. So, but if there are issues, we will deal with that at that point. Somebody's going to go into the stew pot at that point. So, all right, so let's get on topic, guys. Let's talk about our topic. Is it time to start prepping like time is running out? And I truly believe that we need to really look at that and have that mindset. And I go by what I say. I mean, if I'm going to talk the talk, I'm going to walk the walk. And you guys have seen what I've been doing here at the homestead. We have been banging out projects, other things. It's like I actually have on Saturday, I'm going to have 6 face cord of wood are going to be delivered on Saturday. So once I get those stacked up, I should be good for the winter for wood already. And here we are in June. Something is telling me that I really need to get rocking internally. That's the only way I can explain it. It's something internal that is saying time is running short. So continue to get ready as best you can. So, with banging out my 2 major projects this year already, the only thing I still have to work on is the chicken run, and I'm going to start working on that tomorrow. But I really just needed a day to just chill. Really did. But and actually, what I'm going to be doing also is I have some plans with Mom. She wants to go garage sailing, so I'm going to be doing that as well. But anyway, so what was I going to say? So there's some big garage sale going on, and so I'm going to be getting with her, and we're going to be doing that. But so there is, like I said, there's just so many weird things happening. A lot of weather anomalies. You're looking at a lot of crops, guys, that are not going in the ground. Now in New York, they actually planted late up here in New York as well, and we've had a pretty cold spring, a pretty wet spring, and it's definitely been colder than normal. Today it actually went up. It was like 82 degrees for a while today, so it was pretty warm today. But there's just something that is really driving me, and I don't know how to explain it other than it's just an overwhelming urge that time is short. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or any of that type of stuff, but I just in my bones, I feel that something is going to happen. There's going to be some kind of an event that's coming up, and it's just going to be, we're running out of time. So the more that we can get done, the more that we can get ready for those type of events, it's going to be more an advantage to us. So I think it's really, really, really important to have that mindset. Even if here's the thing, guys. Even if nothing is going to happen, let's say nothing happens for the next 6 months, okay? If you have the mindset that time is short and you are preparing that way, it's going to put you in a better place to go, okay, let me rock on this. Let me get things going. Let's bang out these different projects. Let me get, my food preps up to this level. Let me get my water up to this level. It puts you in a spot where you sleep easier at night, that you can look at things and go, okay, I'm going to be okay because of X, Y, and Z. So, and it's that satisfaction of knowing that no matter what happens, that you are going to have that advantage. I mean, anything that you can do in life, everybody wants that extra edge, and prepping is no different. There's no difference in that to gain that edge, to try to get yourself in a position where you can be, ready to rock and roll. And when that time comes, then again, I talk a lot about practical practice, and I'm going to tell you what, I have learned so much since I have been up here, to be honest with you, and a lot of it is just hands-on doing it. I'm a hands-on learner anyway, so basically you show me what to do and I'll do it, and I have no problem like that. You will need to get extra batteries for your solar in the event of an EMP, or would that not affect it? It would affect it. It would affect my charge controllers and my inverters and stuff like that. But I do have a lot of batteries actually stored up as well. But more important than batteries, guys, because batteries are only going to last for so long, is having the candles, having the lanterns, and having enough of the lamp oil and all those type of stuff to burn kerosene and to burn in your lamps and stuff like that. Having extra wicks and those type of things. Those are going to be probably. I don't think you answer questions, do you, Skippy Jones? I don't know what you mean, Skippy. You mean when on my videos, when I make a video, a daily video? I think that's what you might be talking about. I can't go in and answer every single question anymore. I honestly can't. I used to. Anybody that's been with me since the very beginning, or for till I hit about 12,000 subscribers, I used to go in every day and answer questions. So I can't do that anymore. I don't have the time, because I'm trying to get things done, and I don't have 5 or 6 hours a day literally to get on and answer everybody's questions. So I do try to go in and I'll pick different things and I'll answer a couple different questions. I do read all the questions. I will tell you that. I read every question every day. And so I do that. But what's the lifespan of solar batteries? It depends on what kind of batteries you have. The ones that I have are about 10 years. And if you baby them, you could probably get a little bit more than that. But it really, really depends on... Is having that loud rooster annoying? No, not at all, actually. No, he was just trying to be a tough guy. But anyway, it's depending on, there's different types of batteries. You can get batteries that are going to last a lot longer. So, will an EMP hurt the solar panels if they are not hooked up? They're still going to blow out the diode, no matter what, if they're hooked up or not hooked up. So if you have replacement diodes that you can stick into the back of your solar panels, and then they'll work again. So that's a good thing to have. I do have them. I do have them in a secure pouch that is EMP proof. So I do have backup diodes. And actually, that is thanks to one of the guys in my group, Brian. I don't know if he's watching, but it's because of Brian, because he brought those up for me. So, so I wanted to I got this in the mail, so I want to read this real quick. He says, "Hey, Ed, enjoy. Eric from DC, the Spittoon Saloon Hunt Club, and they have that in West Virginia." Okay, so I got to show you what he sent me. So first of all, he said this flag has been around for years, and so I hope you guys can see that. That is a Harley Davidson flag. So he sent that to me. And then he was at Rolling Thunder in D.C. because he's actually lives in D.C. And so he said, "Would you like a T-shirt?" And I said, "Absolutely." And so here's the front of it, okay? And on the back, Memorial Day weekend, Rolling Thunder, 2019. We proudly hail Washington, D.C. Incorporated. So I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. Okay. So he sent that one in black. And then another one, the same design on the back of that. Can you see that okay? Yep. All right. And that one in red. So, Eric, thank you so very much. That is awesome. And I will be wearing them very, very proudly. So I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. So anyway, other thing, well, so first of all, if you guys give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you get that to that point where I would appreciate that, it helps out the channel and stuff like that. So I want to talk a couple things also as well. Should I purchase a helmet? I'll tell you what, before I purchase the helmet, I would purchase a body armor if you can get it. I mean, it's easy enough to get online. They have all kinds of stuff. Protect your core, because generally they're not going to aim for your head. They're going to aim for your core. That's just generally the body mass. So if you can protect your body mass, that's the way to do it. So I did want to mention real quickly, talk about my website for a second, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community on the website where it's totally free to join. It doesn't cost anything. It's a great way to meet with like-minded preppers. The forums there are blowing up all the time, guys. A lot of great information on there. It's very, very private. You can hook up with people from your state or your country and try to form groups or get together with like-minded people. Okay, so definitely check that out. Also on the website right now, Legacy is still doing their sale where you buy the 120 meal breakfast, lunch, and dinner bucket. You buy one, you get a second one half off. So it's a great way to make saving, great way to have food storage, long-term food storage with freeze-dried food. So if you want to, if you're interested, check out my website, preppernurse1.com, and check that out. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick, if you're looking to buy Kratom, which is a pain reliever, if you go on my website, you click on the store, you go down, and Mike has a link on there where you click on that link and it says Kratom, and you can get 10% savings on any Kratom purchases that you want to have. And he has his own little thing there. So, so anyway, so that is what's going on. I did want to mention Jason, one of my subscribers down in Alabama. His father-in-law just passed away from cancer. And so anybody that knows me, that's been around watching my channel, knows that I'm a cancer survivor. So my heart goes out to him and his family. I just wanted to mention that real quick as well. You know, it's dealing with that is never an easy thing. And to watch somebody waste away from cancer is a horrible, horrible thing. I've witnessed it in my own family. And like I said, I'm a cancer survivor myself. So really, really good. So anyway, so let's get back on topic. I apologize. I will get off topic. It happens. But I truly believe, guys, that our time is really, really short and that we need to stay focused on what is important and working towards reaching whatever short-term goals that you have and also working towards your long-term goals. I know that, yeah, cancer sucks. I was going to get a T-shirt. I was going to have one made that started out with the F and the K, you know, cancer underneath, but I said, nah, I better not because I'll, you know. But yeah, no, cancer is no fun whatsoever. I can tell you that when I found out, we found out the day before we moved up here that I had cancer. So that was a kick in the gut. It was definitely, you know, it was scary. It's a very scary thing. Those words will scare the crap out of you. It'll knock the wind out of your sails. It really, really will. But, you know, it's if you get it, the best way to deal with it is fight it head on, and I've always been a fighter. So, that's what we did, and it worked out great. And I'm very, very fortunate for myself. I had a very rare form of cancer that affects 1 in a million people, and the survival rate is 98%, and only 5% of the people does it metastasize. And I'm happy to say, next month in July, I am 4 years cancer free. So, really, really happy about that. So, anyway, with prepping right now, guys, I would really, like I said, if it was me, if I was brand new, and had done nothing else, I'm loading up on food. I'm loading up on being able to have fresh water. Either have it, in a 50-gallon drum, or you can go and you can get those big, the blue totes at Walmart, the 5-gallon ones. Get those. Rotate that water every 6 months, and you will be fine. Okay, that's what I would do to start out with. I would get my canned goods. I would get my rice, my pasta, corn, wheat, all those type of things. I would get those now. If you are not proficient with gardening, learn. Do it now. Get gardening going now. I don't care if you are putting them in just little pots or a 5-gallon bucket and putting it out on the veranda or wherever. Get something going. Learn how to do it. Learn what works, what doesn't work. It's like any other skill, guys. It just doesn't work if you just plant that seed in the ground and just wait for it to come up. That's not how it works. You have to take the time, work the soil, know your soils, make sure you're having good soil. And if you don't have good soil locally, bring that good soil in and use that way. Make sure that you have, all those different things like that. Like I said, I've talked about this, knowing your wild edibles, knowing your medicinal plants, really, really important stuff. Okay. So, it's really, really important that we stay focused on those type of things. And, but like I said, I really think time is short. I don't know how to explain that other than the fact that just my gut is telling me, keep pushing. And, that's what I've been trying to do. And obviously you see, I'm getting things done here, which has been great. The weather's been cooperating for the most part, other than the rain. And it hasn't been too hot. I think it was designed, let's see. World War III is only designed to kill off poor people in concentrated areas. World War III, it depends on if they do something like that. If they do a limited nuclear strike, it would affect everybody, guys. It's not just the poor people. It'll still affect the rich people. They won't be able to do what they're doing now as they feel like doing. So, it's just, what's up, sweet?
The puppies are not coming back, so I'm going to wait until they do come back.
Where do they go?
I don't know. But I'm hollering for them to not come back.
All right, you come here a second. Hold on a second. Heather's going to take over for me for a minute and talk to you guys. Come here, I'll get them. Hold on, I got to go collect my puppies. So, Heather.
I don't know where they are. They just ran off.
Okay, well, I will call them. They'll come for me. Sit, please. Say hello. Talk about school and all that good stuff.
Hello, I guess. I don't really want to be here, but alas, I've been forced. So, I don't know what he was talking about. I'm also too short for his angle right now, but yeah. I don't know what to say right now, so hello, everybody. Do a weather report. It was surprisingly hot today. They said it was supposed to rain like all day, and it didn't at all. It rained for like maybe an hour max, and that was it, I guess. Yes, the pups are acting up. I took them out, and they decided to run off and not answer or come back when I answered. So very frustrating, but yep. I don't know. I guess I do have fans. There's a lot of comments happening right now. I can't read them all. School's not out yet. My last day of school is the 17th, and I graduate on the 29th. So still have a little while. I know everyone online has already graduated, and I'm like, I don't know, I guess. Yep. I don't know if I have any scholarships yet. I've applied to a lot, but the results usually don't come in for a while, so I don't know. right, well, Dad is back. So, goodbye, everybody.
I don't know where they are. No idea.
I was watching them when I was there, and I presume they were in the bathroom, and they decided to
Okay, well, anyway,
do debaucherous things.
Puppies jammed off somewhere. They'll come back. So we'll have to get them later. She can be shy, but I'll tell you what, not in real life, not face to face. She's sure not shy. Somebody said that was so fake. Oh, okay, whatever you say. You're entitled to your opinion. Anyway, so going back to what we were talking about, she is an awesome kid. She's going to do very, very well in college. She just picked her room and where she's going to stay in the dorm and stuff like that. So she's going to do very, very well. I'm really, really proud of her. And but anyway, so again, guys, if you want to give me a thumbs up, if you haven't already, I would appreciate that. I am a very proud papa. I'm going to tell you what, she has earned everything. She has worked extremely hard. She's not one of those kids that things just come easy. She has worked very, very hard. And no, the college is not that far away. And we already are. What's going on? Do I have moderators? Yeah, why? What's going on? Somebody saying something nasty? Anyway, she's doing very, very well, and she's going to be close, and we've already gone over a game plan when she goes to college, and we will be going over that again. She's going to excel, but we also have a plan. She's going to have a bicycle on college, so that if something does happen while she's in school, that she will be able to get home, because I've already told her I won't be coming. And that may sound harsh and that may sound horrible, but you don't know where the kid's going to be. You're not going to want them to sit tight. You're going to want them to get to where you want them to go to. And the sooner that they bug out, the better. So if you have kids, guys, off in college, Ed, I'm telling you, outfit that bike with an 80cc motor. Yeah, JJ, that's not a bad idea. But again, you're going to want to try to be as quiet as you possibly can be as well. And those things, I know they do make some noise. She's going to want to be as stealthy as possible if she's coming home, depending on how quickly she bugs out. But she's a smart enough kid that she would know that it's time to get out of Dodge. And so she will have a bug out bag. She will have the bicycle there. And so that way, if it is an EMP, then she will be able to very, very quickly get home. And that's important. If you have kids or guys that are even in high school, okay, depending on where the high school is, how far away is it from your home? Let your kids know if they need to get out, get out. And I don't care if the school says, oh, we're all going to stay right here. If something bad's going down, I mean, other than like an active shooter or something like that, but if it's some kind of major event, get them out. Tell them you leave. Don't listen to them. You get home. If you have, again, that's the importance, guys, of having a plan. Everybody in the family needs to know what the plan is. And if you pick your time when it's time to go, you do it, you get out, you get on down the road. That's really, really important. Again, it's pay attention. Like I said, educate your kids. Teach them how to make fires. Teach them how to make a shelter. All those type of things. What do I think is the most likely cause of an SHTF? It's going to be, in my opinion, to be one of two things. Okay, now there's obviously a lot of other factors that can come in and cause things as well. Number one, in my opinion, it would be a grid down event, not necessarily an EMP. It would be a lights out situation where they blamed it on a cyber attack. That would be my number one thing that I think was a real strong possibility of happening. The second thing would be some kind of a pandemic that is like Ebola, if you will, that has that 90% kill rate. And that could be something that gets let loose. Is going to be they don't have to do anything. They just let it take care of itself and run its course. So those would be the most likely events that I see. You got to understand, they can't just do something to the United States. Let's talk about this a second, guys. And we're going to put our thinking caps on for a second. They can't just do something to the United States, because what happens if you just did something to the U.S., you got China and Russia and everybody else sitting back there waiting. They would come in and clean up. They would wait for that devastation and then it would clean up. So this would have to be some kind of an event. If it was a worldwide type of event, that's what you would be looking at. So it would have to be something that affected Canada, Mexico, Europe, China, Russia, all those type of things. Hey, Detroit Preppin', thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So those are the things that we really need. We need to think small in our immediate situation, okay? But you got to think about what would affect everything worldwide at the same time. So, they're not just going to say, well, we're just going to take down the United States and, that's it, and we're going to go after them. It would be something on a huge proportion worldwide that would affect everybody. Let's talk about this real quick. India, 200 million people right now with temperatures in the neighborhood of 122 degrees. They're dying. I mean, people are literally dying because of that heat. That's affecting them right now in India, okay? Think about all the different events that are happening. The events, let's just focus. Okay, we're going to focus real quick just on the U.S. What's happened recently that's going to affect things, okay? We're looking at all the flooding, all in the Midwest, out in Nebraska, Oklahoma, Illinois, all through the central part of the United States, all those different things that are happening that are affecting the farmers, the people that keep this country going, okay? I know California's big for agriculture, but they depend on water, okay? And so, you need to think about, that's all well and good, but they're very dependent on water. If that water got cut off, all that agriculture, a lot of it would go nowhere, okay? But you have to think about what's happening there. Then we'll expand it, and you look at what's happening around the world as well, how crops are not going to be able to come in. I see you. What about an economic collapse? Very well could be. Absolutely, very well could be. All right, going to say hi to everybody real quick?
No, I don't have Abel.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, I mean, it could be an economic collapse. I mean, we are overextended with the dollar, so that absolutely could happen, and it would be a reset. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but I think if you're looking for a major type of an event, it would be something that would have to affect the whole world. And that's where a pandemic type of situation would come in, where they could reduce the population of the whole world pretty quickly. And something like Ebola is a way to do it, okay? Henry Kissinger back in the 70s said, he who controls the food controls the people. So my focus for a long time, guys, and if you go back and you watch my videos, I've been saying stock up on food, stock up on food, stock up on food. And so, again, what does that mean? What kind of food should we be stocking up on? Your canned goods, your long-term food storage, as far as your rice, your beans, your wheat, your corn, all those type of things. Your sugars, your honeys, and that type of thing. Okay, all those type of things, and then also your freeze-dried foods. You need to be diversified. You don't want to eat the same thing all the time. If you ate the same thing day in, day out, you'd lose your mind. So with that, your spices to change up the texture and the taste, those type of things. I'm going to show you something real quick. Hold on. Okay. So just went out for a ride. And I just picked this up the other day. I think it was over the weekend I got it. 5 pounds of honey, okay? When I buy honey, that's how I buy it, guys. This is local honey, and I won't turn it around and show you what it says on the front, but it's local honey. It's honey that's local. It's not been, not store-bought, but from out there and with the marketplaces. But that's a great thing to have. And guess what? Honey lasts forever. And if you got that sweet tooth, that's when. Now I paid $32 for that. So if you're wondering what the price was that I paid for that, but local honey, support your local beekeepers, keep them in business, do those type of things. That's a great way of doing it too. Anything that you can get locally is the best way to go. If you can support your local growers, your gardeners and stuff like that, it keeps them in business. You don't always have to go to your big chain stores. You don't always have to go to Walmart to get your stuff. If you can get local stuff from your local growers, that is absolutely the way to do it. And again, even better is grow your own. If you can grow your own, it is an awesome way of doing it. So there is, there is definitely those type of things that would be a great way of doing things. So I want you to think about that as well. But I feel that we really need to focus as preppers. And again, hey, Our Cabin in the Woods, you're very welcome. And thank you for that information. He's got really good information. If you go to Our Cabin in the Woods, he's a really new channel, guys. He is showing a way, if you have chickens, he's showing a way to do a feeder, a different way of doing a feeder, which is not a lot of waste. And I went and watched that video. He recommended it to me today, and I went and I checked that out, and that was pretty cool. So if you want to check that out, definitely do that. But that was a pretty cool video and real easy to do. It's not very expensive to do. So, go and do that. But anyway, again, like I said, and I don't know how to explain why I have this feeling. And I think a lot of people have this feeling that time is short. I don't put dates on. I don't say, okay, it's going to be in 3 weeks, something's going to happen. I just feel as though there are bad things coming, that we need to pay attention to it, that, it's very, very important. And to be as ready as we possibly can be for whatever is coming is going to be definitely a saving grace. So with the opportunity, to get free chickens that are already grown, that are already laying, that was something that I couldn't turn down, obviously, so it was just, my neighbor, Greg, he was the one. He said these people are moving, and they have the chickens. So that's I'm like, absolutely perfect. And I went down and checked them out, and then I talked to the wife, and she was like, "You want them today?" And I was like, "No, but I'll come and get them Wednesday." And I was going to do it in the morning. And again, like I said, my buddy Reese is like, "Man, if you can get them Tuesday night when they're roosting," he goes, "that's the best time to do it." And I thought about it. I'm like, "Yeah, he's right, because they're more chilled out." So Prepper Rabbit is 17 subscribers away from having 1,000. So he is another guy that just recently bought an off-grid property, and he's been developing that property. So if you want to check that out, guys, go check out Prepper Rabbit. I've known him for quite a while. He's down in Tennessee. Where's my moderator? There should be in here. Why? Somebody's saying something that they shouldn't? I haven't really been seeing anything bad. I wasn't paying attention, though, really. But I don't know. But anyway, so Prepper Rabbit, go check him out. He said he's 17 away from 1,000. Let's get him up to 1,000 subscribers so that he can do live chats if he wants to. I have 4 moderators actually, so I don't know. They should be in here. Yeah, different stuff's being held, guys. So, but anyway, like I said, we just got to really focus. Do the best you can. I mean, I know everybody's in a different situation, as far as where they're at on their journey, as far as prepping or trying to get off grid and those type of things. The more that you can do to help yourself out, the better. Yeah, the weather is definitely very, very scary. What's going on with the weather is nuts. And it's not just affecting the United States, it's affecting things around the world. And when people want to try to blame it on global warming, they've been tooting that horn for a long time. I don't buy it, obviously. I don't believe it. Like I said, I believe the weather, that the planet goes in cycles. It has periods where it's really, really hot, and it has periods where it's really, really cold. It's been proven with the Ice Age and everything else. The Great Lakes up here in New York, that's how they were formed, was through the Ice Age. So, we have severe weather coming in. Live to Prep just said that. Well, I know we had rain here today. So I don't know, what else is, as far as, I didn't see the extended for later tonight, but I know that later in the week the weather's supposed to be much nicer. Yes, my chickens laid those eggs, Lori. We went out there, and there was one egg in the one roosting box, and so another hen had jumped in and was sitting there. So I said, well, we'll come back later and check. So we went back later, went around the back side and unlocked it and opened it up, and there was 3 eggs sitting there. So really, really happy. Not much potatoes this year. There's a fungus on them, or they will be small. Linda Buffaloer said that. So yeah, it's crazy. Oh, here comes Eddie with Mr. Abel. He's coming to say hi. Food, water, firearms, medical supplies. KD98BF said that, and thank you very much for the donation as well. So of course Eddie's letting Abel say hello to everybody tonight. So we had those until a weasel busted in and killed 18. Wow. Yeah, that's predators is what you got to worry about. Absolutely. How do I protect my solar panels from falling trees, branches? Well, JJ, I cleaned out that area pretty good where the solar panels are, so there really shouldn't be much of an issue in that area. And so that's that's why I put them where I did, so they're going to get the optimal amount of sunshine and stuff like that. And actually now today, okay, so yesterday was partly overcast. We got a little bit of sun, but a lot of cloud cover, a lot of overcast. Yesterday we pulled in 5.3 kilowatt hours yesterday, which was now the best day of the year. And then today, and we had rain basically from 1 o'clock on. We still pulled in 5.1 kilowatt hours today. So, that's Evil's on top of it. He's watching stuff, guys. And so did the Watchman's watching stuff too. So if somebody was trolling, I apologize. I hate to see that. So I did want to talk about today real quick too. Let's bring up this subject. YouTube, what they're doing. They put out a memo and then they went into action saying that they are targeting hate groups, white supremacist, white nationalist groups, and also that they're fake news and all this type of stuff. Okay, so I know that certain people they went after, and I don't have, here so I'm kind of like this with that type of censorship. If it's equal for everybody, but then again, it's who controls, who says what's okay and what's not okay. So that's where I have my issue with that. I don't think that hate groups, regardless of what the hate group stands for, should be allowed to be out there and spew their hatred, being it a white group, a black group, a brown group, a red group, whoever. Okay, I don't think anybody should have that forum to say, I hate all these people and lump a race of people into one category, because you can't lump any group of people into one category. It's not realistic, because people are so different. They're so diverse. They come from different backgrounds, and depending on where they were raised and, and stuff like that. Hey, Rod, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So we all come from different, you can take the same culture of people. Okay. I'll give you a great example. Okay. Let's say we're going to use white people for an example, because I'm white. So that makes it safe. I can take white people, put them into the worst ghetto, and they will assimilate to that ghetto. And before 2 or 3 generations, they're acting like everybody else in that ghetto situation. If you take that same group of people and you put them in suburbia, they're going to assimilate to the way that the people act in that area. In 2 or 3 generations, they're going to be suburbanites. You take that same group of people, you put them out in the country, again, same type of situation. They're going to adjust or going to assimilate. So you can't take one race of people and say all of them are like this because of this. It's just not, it's not realistic. So, again, I don't like the hate stuff. You guys know that. I don't tolerate it. I'm not going to put up with it. I don't do hate on my channel, because I think we're all human beings. And I think that's really, really important. But YouTube is now basically dictating who is okay and who is not okay. And, that I have a problem with. That's just my own opinion. Like I said, I don't like hate groups, so I'm not saying that I'm sad to see somebody who's spewing a tremendous amount of hate disappear. That's fine. But the thing is, it's like, then where's the line drawn? Who draws that line? Who decides to say, yeah? And somebody just said it's prominently conservative accounts. You're right, and it's people are being targeted, and so if they're going to go after people that are spewing hate, let's add everybody that does spew hate. You know what I mean? Your anti-Jewish people, your anti-white people, your anti-Indian people, your anti-American Indian people, your anti-Puerto Rican people, your anti-black people. All those, let's put them all in that category. Let's censor all of it then. If you're going to do it fairly. But it's not being done fairly, unfortunately. So doesn't fit the authorized narrative, right? Exactly. And you're right, Prepping Survival 101. You're right. It's just, it's definitely a game that's being done. There's an agenda out there. They only want a certain narrative out there for people to do it. If every race says what they want, they'll show their true colors. Well, a lot of people show their true colors all the time, guys. I mean, you see it all the time with some of the stuff. And you see how the media, with their agenda, will spew something a certain way. And I've been a victim of that too. I've caught up in that, and I'm going to give you a great example. When those kids were in Washington and they had the kids with the Make America Great hats on again, and the American Indian activist came up there and he came to them. He approached them, which I did not know, because that's not what they told you. Okay. And so he, hey, Bradley, thank you very much. Chicken cans, guns, and chickens. All right. Thank you for the donation as well. Thank you very much. But again, it's like, he went and approached them. And that kid, I saw that smug look on that kid's face. Realistically, what it was he just wasn't going to back down. And after really seeing what was all about, what was going on, and then the media portrayed that the Black Israelite group is just a group preaching over there, but what they were doing was spewing hatred towards white people. I mean, it's just all that stuff, guys, is crazy. But the media will spin it the way they want to spin it. They'll put it so that you can, look at it from their perspective. And I'm a victim of that too. I fell for it, and I did a video about it. And then I had people call me on it and say, wait a minute, this isn't right. And I went and I looked and I went, oh my God, they're right. And I did a retraction video right away. I'm going to tell you what, guys, I am not perfect. I make mistakes too. And I don't come on here thinking I'm a know-it-all, of everything. I don't. Okay. If I make a mistake, if I screw up something here at my homestead, I have showed you guys right along, and I'm the first one to say, I screwed this up. Don't follow this. Don't do it this way. Do it a different way, because that's how we learn. Okay. If you can admit that you screwed up, it makes you a better person, in my opinion. And it proves that you're human. We all make mistakes. So, Happy Elf just said the media creates division. Absolutely, they do. That's part of the agenda. Divide and conquer. If they can keep us all divided, then we're not going to focus on what the true problems are. With all these lunatics in Washington with their own agenda that have been there for 30 freaking years, and they're all millionaires. Geez, I wonder how that happened, So those are things as well. So can you live in a travel trailer can you live in a travel trailer? You can. Okay, I've had CPS called on me twice, and we started out in the camper. So the first time that they were called, we were just living in the camper. But my kids had beds, they had a place to take a shower, and they had a bathroom. Hey, Lockridge Farms, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you for the donation. He goes, it's not much, but it's something. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. But we were in that camper to start out with when they came the first time. Now, we had just bought the house, the building, and we were in the process of working on it. So when that worker came out there, what they were concerned about is there food in the refrigerator? Do the kids have a place to sleep? Do they have a place to go to the toilet? And can they take a shower? Okay, and are they clean? So those are what your concern for CPS are. As long as you're meeting those basic needs for your children, then you're good. They can't do anything to you. So you can live in whatever you want. But like I said, as long as you have a roof over your head, your kids, like I said, they're happy, they're healthy. It doesn't matter what you're living in. So when if you were living in some place that has nothing, and it's a little bit more difficult, to do that. But like I said, as long as you can keep it where your kids have a place to sleep, they're clean and dry, they can take a shower, they can go to the toilet. And I don't care how you set up a shower. You can set up a shower with a 50-gallon barrel if you had to. Those things, you can use a composting toilet if you have to. So it's raining again now. I hear the rain coming again. It's been raining off and on all day. Janet W. said, CPS is a danger to us and children. They can be, because they can come in and they can take your kids. But, how do I store water? I actually have a 1,000-gallon tank in the ground that I have my well, and I have an artesian well, so that water's always coming up in the artesian well. So that water, literally, if I take the cap off the wellhead, and my well's 130 feet deep, that water's this far away from the top. So, the water's always coming up. But I put in a 1,000-gallon storage tank that I have underground. I also have a 550-gallon storage tank above ground to catch rainwater. Now, I use that water for gardening and those purposes. But I have water out the wazoo. So we have springs all over the property. Getting along alone. This comment really stands out in a box. Love your channel, buddy. Thank you very much. And thank you for that donation. Thank you very much. It's, okay, so I want to get back to something real quick. Okay, so, but anyway, water-wise, guys, I'm good to go. And I also have tremendous different ways to purify water. And I've gone over that in a lot of other videos as well. So, it's, when it comes to kids and you're living, which is not outside the norm, let's just call it that. Now, I live outside the norm. I don't do what everybody else does. I live off grid. I have my own solar system. I'm not hooked up to the power company. I have my own well. I'm not on town water. You know what I mean? So those are not the norm. So, when kids are growing up like that, it's different than what everybody else has. So they, those things are things that definitely are going to affect people, and it affects how they think. But as long as, do I rotate my 1,000 gallons? We use it constantly. That's the water we're using to take showers. For cooking, I take that water and I put it in my Berkey and we drink it. So when the tank gets lower, I just a lot of times with a lot of rain, it fills up on its own because of the pressure. But if it's not, then I just turn the pump on for a couple of minutes and then it fills it up on it, and it doesn't take long. So let's see. The moderators are trying to stay up with if somebody's trolling, guys. The moderators are trying to work on that. So I apologize if somebody's in there being an idiot. Unfortunately, you're going to have that. So, that is going to happen. You're going to have people that are going to be negative. Guys, again, if you could give me a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate that. It's the nasty spammers. 454 Tiger, thank you. Great channel, excellent content. You are an inspiration. Mods are amazing. Prepare for the future, everyone. And thank you very much for that donation as well. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I appreciate that you saying that too. I want to help. I want to show people that this lifestyle is possible, that it is doable. That, again, guys, I came out here and a lot of people have delusions of grandeur when it goes to living off grid. They think it's going to be awesome and it's going to be easy. It is not. It is not easy. Okay. So a lot of people that go off grid, more than half of them within inside of 1 year are back living on grid. I just want you to know that. Okay. I am a very stubborn, determined person. So when I make a decision and I say, this is what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do. But I also am realistic to realize that to get things the way you want them to be, it's going to take time. And so with, honestly, I'll tell you right now, we didn't have running water for the first year and a half we were out here. Okay. We had to, I would go into town where my mom was living at the time, and I would take my blue 5-gallon totes and I would bring them to town, and that's where we got our water from for drinking and stuff like that. That's how we started out. You know, I was showering, like I was doing showers at my mom's place, or if we showered here, you know, we would use pitchers of water, and we would go in a shower and pour that over our heads and wash our hair and do that type of stuff. When we finally had running water, it was like, oh my God, you know, what can you do about sulfur water to store water? Cat, with sulfur water, as long as you let that water out to the room air, okay, that sulfur smell will dissipate. It will pull up and it will leave that water. So as long as you can do that, that will do it that way. But excuse me. But when we finally got water, running water in the house, it was such an awesome feeling. It was like, oh my God, we finally have running water. We can finally shower in our own shower at home because we have running water. So those things, when you reach those milestones, okay, and you make your life better, but as long as you're working towards that goal and know that once I get to this point, this is what we're going to have, it's all worth it. It really, truly is. And now, like I said, this month on the 22nd, which I will be doing a huge video on that day, will be 4 years that we have been here at the homestead full-time, living off-grid. And, you know, it's not the easiest lifestyle, and there's a lot of work to it, but it is so, so worth it. In my opinion, it is so worth it. And it's awesome, and I love it. And I think it's amazing. And it's a much simpler life. It's a lot less stressful life. You're more active. So physically, you're going to be in better shape. You're going to feel better. And it's well worth it. I'm looking to go off grid very soon if I can get my finances in order. Live to Prep just said that. Yeah, do it if you can. Like I said, it's so worth it. Mr. Rose said, I have bought land house. Wasn't worth fixing. 3,700 square feet. Too much termite damage. Well, you know, and then maybe you get something that you live in temporarily while you build something else. Okay, that's the way to do it. I mean, these things, they don't just, every obstacle that comes up, guys, every roadblock, I like to call them little bumps in the road. Every little bump in the road that comes up, it's meant to derail you. It's how we ride out those bumps in the road. It's how we ride out, you know, those type of things. And, you know, so that's what I want you to think about. You know, those type of things are going to, you know, they're going to happen. Everything is not going to go smooth. It's not going to be 100% great, and it's roses and it's wonderful and it's fantastic. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens when it should. I've said that a lot. I'm a huge believer in that. Okay. And, that's why I asked about the trailer guy. It's one way to start out. As long as you have a goal, you want to build something else and get that squared away, you can do it. Everything, like I said, guys, if you put your mind to it, and if you are determined, and it's what you really, really, truly want, it's going to happen. I mean, I just had chickens fall into my lap, realistically, if you think about it, okay? We had a chicken coop was about 95% done. And my game plan was, after the solar stuff was done, that I was going to start working on that chicken coop. So, you know, and to have that literally fall into my lap, I mean, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. Holly M just asked, am I retired? Yes, I retired last year. I haven't worked for anybody else since February of last year. So, yes, I am retired. I love it. I am very, very blessed to be able to do what I do. To be able to be home full time has been awesome. I'll be honest with you. I've been able to really get a lot of things done this year, and because I am home, and you know, so it's been great, you know, and so it was able. That was karma with the chickens. Lori Austin just said that. You know what? I'm a big believer in that, guys. I believe if you put out good positive energy, good things come back to you. If you are negative and nasty and put out a bunch of hate, that's going to come back to you too. You get what you put out there. So I try to be decent. I try to be a decent person. I try to treat everybody the way I want to be treated. And it's like I said, I don't have time for hate. I won't do it. I won't do hate. If somebody acts a certain way, I'll just either ignore them or I'll get rid of them. I'll put them out of my life. And so, it just makes life better. It really, really does. You don't stress over stuff you can't control. I mean, if somebody hates you, they're going to hate you no matter what. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I couldn't even begin to tell you the amount of hate that I get being on YouTube. Okay. I've talked to Little Prepper Lady about it, and some of the stuff that she's dealt with lately, some of the hatred that she's been getting. And I told her, I said, that's just the way it is. You have to get a thick skin and you have to just let it roll off your back. And, so, those are the things that you have to really think about. Okay. And, that's all part of it. So, you're going to do YouTube, you're going to get people that don't like you. They may not like the sound of your voice, or whatever, but and this is what I find amusing. Okay. I get a lot of hate, but they keep watching. So you're supporting my channel by watching. So that doesn't make any sense to me. There's channels out there, guys, that I don't care for. Like I said, I don't hate anybody, but there's people that I really don't care for. I don't watch their stuff. I'm not going to support their channel. So happy birthday from a fellow June baby. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, Sunday I will be 54 on Sunday. So 454 Tiger just sent me that, and thank you very much. Yeah, Gemini. So, and the best part is I'm a Gemini, which is an air sign. And on top of that, my rising sign and my moon sign are both air signs as well. So I think, and think some more. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Guys, if you haven't yet, again, please shoot me a thumbs up. Let's get that up over 400 before the chat's over with. That would be very cool. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up yet on the show tonight, I would appreciate it if you would do that. Drewman B2 said, love your channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I love, guys, I'm going to tell you what. I absolutely, when you do something you love, it's never work, okay? So when I'm doing things around the homestead, it's work, yeah, and it's physical and it's labor intensive and stuff like that, but it's so rewarding in that I get to share it with you guys, and you are such a big part of what I'm doing, and I truly appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys watching my channel, and like the people behind the scenes, like Mike, my IT guy. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for me. I appreciate him and his girlfriend. They're both moderators on my channel. Evil is also a moderator on my channel. I appreciate all these people. It takes a whole bunch of people to bring everything together. Okay. It's a big family. When I talk about that it's a big family, guys, this is a huge, huge family. So while we're on the subject of family, let's do this real quick. Everybody tell me where they're from. Let's say where all our brothers and sisters are from around the country and around the world. Everybody tell me where you're from tonight so we can see. We got Ohio just popped up here. Washington, Western Maine. Let's see. They're flying, guys. South Carolina, Oklahoma, Canada, Texas, Michigan, Jamestown, New York, Alabama, Hawaii, Washington State, Minnesota, Puerto Rico. Let's see. They're going by so fast. Pennsylvania, Key West, Oklahoma, Connecticut, Florida, Kansas, Texas, Indiana, a lot of Alaska. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alaska. We got Michigan. Got Puerto Rico again, South Dakota, and that's the cool thing, guys. We're this huge family, and we don't really realize Ontario, Canada. We don't realize California's on there. I just saw California go by. We're this huge family. We really, really, really are. So when you think you're alone, and you don't think people care, and you can't find like-minded people, we're all out here. We're this huge, huge family, and we will support each other, and that's one of the reasons why I put the Prepper Nurse One community together on my website with obviously the help of my IT guy, Mike. There was a demand. People said, I want to have a place where I can come and chat with like-minded people because we don't judge each other. We're not looking at you going, wow, yeah, that prepper person over there, he's crazy. We're not crazy, guys. We are the smartest people out there, okay? We are a huge, huge family. And that's what the beauty of this is, too. And like I said, when I tell you guys, when I say to you, you help motivate me. There are days, guys, that I have gotten up and I go, man, I really don't feel like doing nothing today. But then I think about it and I say, you know what? Make that progress. Do what you say. Make that progress every day. Do something. And then once you get into it and you get going, and man, a lot of things get done. Now, obviously, except when I drink my green tea. JJ, just for you. Here we are. But as long as, like I said, you guys help motivate me. You really, truly do. And it's a blessing. And it's a win-win. Because, like I said, we can learn from each other. We can work together. We can make things happen. I have met so many awesome people through my YouTube channel. My one guy that came up here and helped me, Brian and his dad, okay? They came help here and they helped me with my solar rack and getting that together. And it was Brian's design. He said, yeah, I know what I want to do and how we're going to do it. And I'm like, okay, you just tell me what we need to do. And, and that's what we did. I'm going to leave certain things to people that know better than I do, okay? That's the important thing, too, is letting that control go if you know somebody that knows how to do it better. So, think about that, but there's people out there. There's so many good people out there. It's amazing. It really, truly is. And I've met so many people. I mean, Prepper Rabbit, Little Prepper Lady, my buddy Reese in South Carolina, way too many people to even begin to naming. Mike, my IT guy with the Watchman News. Go over and check out the Watchman News as well, guys. Check that out. There's so many good people out here, and there's so many of us that feel a lot of times like we're lost and that we're alone, but we're really not. We really aren't. We are this huge, huge family, and we can do it. You know what I mean? And just work at things. Work at it methodically. Work and make your progress every day. I don't care if you go out and you buy one extra can of beans and you put that beans away and you set it aside. That one extra can might be that can that saves your life. So I want you to think about that. I was wondering where you get your energy, buddy, when you said that you were retired. Yeah, you know what? My energy comes from wanting to get things done. We have so much downtime in the winter up here that there's really not that we can do. So I sit there in the wintertime and my mind is going. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And here I am, June 5th, and my two major projects for the year are done. The two things that I said this year I want to get these things done, my two major projects are done. And, that is freaking awesome. I mean, and it's like I said, all I got to do now is get my chicken run up for the chickens. Somebody had mentioned on here in a comment, and I wanted to acknowledge it. They said that their grandfather said keep the chickens locked up in the coop for a week and they won't wander off. So I'm going to take that advice. But in the meantime, I'm going to get that chicken run up and ready. I plan on putting bird netting over the top of the chicken run, guys, so that owls and chicken hawks and those things, those type of predators, don't get in there and get the chickens. I am definitely not going to let them free range. We have two dogs that are the neighbor's dogs that are always out. They're always doing whatever. So I'm not going to let the chickens free range because I don't want to lose them. So that's, that part of it as well. So, but yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it has been an amazing journey. The 4 years have flown by, and it's great. And to be able to do what I love, to be able to sit here in this kind of capacity and talk to you guys and share information. And if you go back and you look at my old videos, okay, I want you guys to go back and look at some of my old videos from more than 4 years ago when I was still living in Greece, New York. And I would sit in my basement and I would do videos. And I talked about, I'm going to be going off grid. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this. And I had that in my mind and we made it happen. Okay. And that's what it's all about, is having dreams don't just happen because they happen. You got to put that effort in to make your dreams come true. Okay. Here's a great example. There is America's Got Talent. Cody, I think his Lang might be his last name. He's blind and he's autistic, okay? And it really touched my heart when I watched the video. And Eddie watched it with me, and then I had Heather come in and watch it with me. And here's this kid that is blind and has autism, but he loves music. So he plays the piano and he sings. And when you hear him talk, you think, or Cody Lee, it's Lee, L-E-E, that's his name, Cody Lee. And so type it in there, guys, check it out. He's all over YouTube, Cody Lee. And he sings, and it's like, it's so touching and it's so inspirational. And the pups will come back. I'll probably go out there now and call them, and they'll come back. Or I think they might have gone up to the neighbors where their mom is. I'll get them. So they won't go far. They know where their food's at. So, but they're going to get a spanking. But anyway, again here, guys, before we sign off, because I'm getting ready to sign off, again, if you could give us another thumbs up, that would be great. I would appreciate that. Hey, Rayman, upstate New York, shoot me an email, preppernurse1@yahoo.com. Give me your number. I'll give you a call. Always love to coordinate with people here that are in New York. And so that, that's definitely a good thing, too. Hey, Al Gibson, Dollar Tree gets 10 cans of sardines for the chickens and 1 can a week. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Thank you very much, and thank you for the donation. I will definitely get the chickens some sardines. I will definitely do that. I'm sure they'll chow those right down. Guys, again, remember, we are all in this together. We really, truly are. So the more we can support each other, the better we're going to be, okay? Let's see if we can hit 500 thumbs up before we jump off here, guys. If you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, do that. Let's see if we can hit 500 before we sign off. Again, we are really, truly all in this together. So the more that we can help each other out, it helps everybody out. And, try to support each other. That's the most important things, because we are not crazy. Preppers, off-gridders are not crazy. We're more awake than anybody else out there. Hey, Bill Cowell, let me know when you want to do the ham radio show. Yeah, shoot me an email, would you? And we can talk about that, okay? If I don't get back to you guys right away, I do apologize. It gets crazy busy. And when I'm doing a lot of stuff outside, a lot of times I don't even go online until 6 or 7 o'clock at night sometimes. It depends because of what I'm trying to get done. Okay, so just to let you guys know that I'm trying to get things done while, striking while the iron's hot, if you will, because the weather's been halfway decent. Yeah, December 6th is tomorrow. Yeah, or not December, no, June 6th tomorrow, D-Day. Yeah, that's definitely one to think about, But anyway, guys, remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. It is so short, and it is so precious, and we should be enjoying that life, and we really should be happy. If you can be happy, do it. You know what I mean? Also, remember, guys, STD. And I love the acronym because it's the worst acronym ever, but if you put it in a positive light, it's the best acronym ever. So one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, guys, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that can stop you is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. And that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? You are your own worst enemy, and it can be. You know what I mean? But if you focus and just work on things, you can get there. And I'm proof, guys. I came out here with not a tremendous amount of skills, and I'm learning on the fly. And I'm really grateful that I was able to do this, because I have learned so much since I have been here, and I continue to learn. The day we stop learning, guys, is the day they put us in the ground. That's important to remember, too. So we're 3 away from 5. Oh, now we're 1 away. One more, guys. One more thumbs up, and we hit 500. See if I won't go off the air till we hit. There we go, 500. Perfect. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Again, guys, I appreciate all the support. I truly, truly do. You guys are fantastic. You help motivate me. You help drive me. And hopefully I do the same for you, okay? I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.